Joining me now is Congressman Steven Horsford, Democrat of Nevada. Congressman, thank you for joining us this evening. We're on day 4 of this shutdown, and Speaker Mike Johnson has adjourned the House, sending members home to their districts until October 14th. Where do things stand currently?
Well, thank you, Reverend Sharpton, for having me on, and you are correct. Speaker Johnson has canceled the votes. He is AWOL. He has sent his Republican members back on vacation, and they're not here dealing with the people's business in order to negotiate to reopen the government or to address the critical needs. To be clear, this Republican shutdown is because Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the White House. They shut it down, and as a result, not only are we dealing with the economic uncertainty, but we also have impending healthcare crisis that's also being caused by the Republicans who are bending the knee to Donald Trump.
Now, while one of the reasons I wanted you on tonight is because while Trump and Republicans threaten mass layoffs of federal workers, you've introduced a bill to protect them from financial harms during this shutdown. It also provides federal assistance to impacted state and tribal governments. How does your legislation, the Pay Workers what they've earned Act, how does it do that?
Well, look, federal employees and contractors don't get paid during a government shutdown, and essential workers still have to show up even though they're not being paid. And so whether they're air traffic controllers or TSA workers, border security or others, they're working and not being paid. And on top of that, they're already dealing with the effects of Trump's economy that's hurting middle-class families. And so what my legislation does is to make sure that they are held harmless, that they are made whole, and that in addition to being fully paid back, that they're also able to cover any fees or fines that may be incurred as a result of this government shutdown caused by the Republicans' failure to pass their own budget. I mean, they control the Congress and they can't even pass their own budget.
Now, you framed Democrats' position on the shutdown as stop the steal. But for Americans' health care, what should they know about what's at stake and why Democrats have dug in on this?
Well, to be clear, this is as a result of the big, ugly bill that Donald Trump and Republicans passed earlier this year that caused $1 trillion of cuts to health care, the largest cuts in our nation's history, to Medicaid, to the Children's Health Insurance Program, defunding research for children's cancer research. All of these taken together on top of now these tax credits from the enhanced premium tax credits that people use to buy insurance, health insurance, in order to have access to affordable health care. Those tax credits are set to expire, which means that premiums could double or even triple. So, Reverend Sharpton, at a time when Republicans just gave tax breaks to the very wealthy, to the super rich, to big businesses, now they're saying that they don't have time and they don't have the resources to give tax relief to middle-class families so that they can keep their health care. And that doesn't just affect people on Medicaid or the enhanced premium tax credit. It affects all of us because it is an attack on our healthcare system in this country. And so Leader Jeffries and House Democrats are fighting back. We're calling for 3 simple things: to cancel the cuts, to lower costs on the American families, and to secure and protect healthcare in this country.
Now, the president this week in his speech to U.S. military officials and generals said that the military needed to prepare to fight also called the so-called war from within, claiming the nation is under invasion from within. Today, J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, said that Trump is going to nationalize the Illinois National Guard soon. We're going to hear from the mayor of Chicago and the state attorney general on this show tomorrow, Politics Nation, on Sunday. And now, as Trump's language and actions grow more authoritarian by the day, how do Democrats out of power in Washington stop him from cracking down even harder?
Well, look, this president is more interested in occupying cities in his own country than he is leading it. The governor of Illinois, the mayors of the cities have all indicated that they are in control of their situation, and the president should not be intervening in this way. And in fact, what the president really needs to spend time doing is reopening the federal government so that we can provide resources to every city in America, including those in Illinois. But on top of this chaos with occupying cities, we also have a chaos from the economic uncertainty that's coming from this administration, whether that's on tariffs or trade wars, economic policies that are hurting average everyday families as well as small businesses. I know I represent Las Vegas. We're dealing with the Trump slump, where his policies are making life harder and more expensive, and that is not what people in Nevada want or people anywhere in America want.
One more question before I let you go. We had newly elected Arizona Congresswoman, Democratic Congresswoman Adlita Grijalva on the show last weekend. Of course, she's yet to become Arizona's newly sworn-in Congresswoman because Speaker Johnson adjourned without doing so, saying he'll wait until Congress is back in regular session. Some House Democrats have suggested that he's holding off as long as he can because Grijalva has said that she'll vote to sign a discharge petition for the release of the Epstein files. Do you agree with that assessment, or is there something more to this delay?
So Speaker Johnson's political gamesmanship is tired, and it needs to end. There were two Republicans under the same circumstances that were sworn in after their special election in a pro forma session. That is the same thing that we're calling for Representative Grijalva, who has won her special election and will become the first Latina to represent her district from the state of Arizona. And yes, she will be the 218th signature for the discharge petition for the full release of the Epstein files. So my question is, what is Speaker Johnson hiding? Stop bending the knee to Donald Trump. And really what this is showing us is that Speaker Johnson is talking about canceling another week of Congress. So is this really now Trump's Epstein shutdown? Because they are avoiding the truth coming out about Epstein and whatever implication Donald Trump has. They are holding the American people hostage as a result of getting to the truth. Well, we're going to get to the truth, and Representative Grijalva will be sworn in as the 217th member of the House Democratic Caucus.
All right. Thank you, Congressman Steven Horsford of Nevada.